If you're someone that makes dirty jokes still, or speaks death, speak low of yourself, speak low of others, you gossip even once in a while. If you're someone that lies, even white lies, pray for deliverance over your tongue. You need control of that tongue, because the word talks about the tongue very clearly. We know that the power of life and death are in the tongue. God himself spoke into existence everything by the spoken word. What you say matters. It counts. It can destroy people. I mean, how many of you can attest to that? The things that people say can really hurt. The things we say about ourselves can really hurt. There's a verse in the Bible that talks about gossip and how that literally goes to the inmost parts of us. When we sin against others, when others sin against us, it just does such damage to the spirit. We are not always mindful. If you're someone that struggles with telling the truth, you need to be brave and courageous. You have to pray, because every time you have an opportunity to lie, you have an opportunity to do the right thing and to tell the truth. The word says something similar to, forgive me, similar to, better is like a harsh truth than a kiss from an enemy. It's important that we tell the truth to one another, and in love, and we're not just being nice, like the world. Don't get me started on nice. Kindness is a fruit of the spirit. Niceness is usually just fakery, usually, timidity that doesn't want to say the truth. We have to be able to speak the truth in love. If you ever find that, even, I'm going to be real, even if you have in your mind thoughts that just won't stop, circular, they won't stop, just pressing. This needs a deliverance. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, the mind thinks, you act. Out of the abundance of the heart, when you have unhealed things in there that the Lord wants to attend to, that you may not be submitting to him, or maybe you're in the process of being healed, your mouth can go crazy. You can go word vomit on people, even in text messages. If you're someone that sends, someone, you feel slighted by someone, you're sending paragraphs and paragraphs of your emotions to them. Take a break, don't do that, because who wants to hear all that? God. The Lord Jesus Christ is who you need to send all your emotions to. If you ever feel like, I have to say this to feel better, no, you don't. No, you don't. You need healing from the Lord. And we project on others, we project on others the hate in our heart by gossiping. We project on others the pain in our hearts by, lamenting to others, which, it's okay, to share things with one another, sure. But if over and over you're lamenting over the same thing over and over, you've got to take that to the Lord, because he wants to heal you. We need to have control over our tongues, from dirty jokes and lying to, speaking death, pouring out problems, owning shortcomings, or owning illnesses. Like, how many people, it's always, it doesn't sit well when people say, my depression, my anxiety. Why are you owning that? Jesus Christ is still the healer if you believe. Bring all things before the Lord. Sometimes people say things about us that we don't like to hear. You know what I mean? But sometimes they're true. I encourage us to bring all things before the Lord, because sometimes we don't see ourselves how we're acting. Sometimes we're not totally aware of all the issues in our heart. So it starts, manifesting through word vomit or through whatever, and this can really affect your relationships. Another verse, I came totally unprepared without my homework today, I'm sorry. Another verse says, I think it's in Proverbs, like the tongue sets the course of one's life on fire, and that is the untamed tongue. So I did this, in a time of healing, when I personally was word vomiting all over everyone, in text, in person, and it was embarrassing to realize, like, hey, Kel, some of the things that I said, just like, but what's better is to own that, and then to be like, Lord, I don't want to be this way. You know what I mean? Help me get control of my tongue. Please heal me from the things that I'm projecting on people. You know what I mean? And again, especially when you use your tongue to lie, like lying is an abomination before God. Who is the father of lies? Satan. Yes, even the white lies. Yes, even sometimes. Because you got to be brave and courageous to do the right thing, to say the truth to people, especially even, dirty jokes. Not just sexual or dirty jokes, but anything really crude. If you wouldn't say it to God, you probably shouldn't be saying it. And I don't say anything to you that I haven't had to address in myself. Many people wrestle with their tongues, but it's just important that we are aware of the issue, and we know that we're speaking death over ourselves and others. We're saying all these things because we have issues in our heart, and those issues need to be given to the Lord. So I hope you'll be honest with yourself and ask the Lord, please deliver me. At least please help me to get control over my thoughts. Help me to get control over my mouth in the interim of you healing me. Lord, show me what you want to heal within me. And he will. He absolutely will. We have not because we ask not. The Lord is for you, and he wants you to speak life and to make really good things going on in your heart, so that's what you speak of yourself and of other people. And also, last note, also the thoughts you have. If you have nasty thoughts about other people, the word says if you lust in your heart, you've already lusted. And so goes the truth with how you think about others. If you have hate in your heart, you're going to be someone who wrestles with jealousy and with hate and with envy and anger. And that also requires healing from the Lord. So I hope you'll be honest with yourself on this day. Nobody knows what you tell the Lord. It's just between you and him. And let the Lord heal us all so that we may speak life over ourselves and one another.